Okay, y'all, so I am like super excited to bring you this DIY. I am absolutely in love with each and every one of these. So to start it off, I have this house. Yes, I got it on clearance at the Dollar Tree. It was in their plus section. That was not off. It fell off actually when I put it on my desk. So I'm just going to take the label off. And then I am going to, I'm not worried about that anchor. We'll fix that. I'm going to sand it down because it was rough. I'm not even kidding. There was splinters everywhere, and then there was a chip right there. Well, when I was trying to get that chip of the wood off, I noticed right there that there are little tacks in there. So I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and I'm just carefully going to pull those tacks out. And once I get the tacks out, I'm going to finish sanding it down, and then I'm going to paint it. And I'm not going to make you watch me paint this because it was kind of tedious. But I'm going to take this Waverly steel and I'm going to do just the house, not the door, not the windows, not the roof, just the back. I'm not even, maybe I did paint the bottom. I don't remember. I was going to take that thing out. I should have did it here. But I did do it later. I took the rope out. But I'm just going to carefully paint around the base of the house, okay, with this gray paint. Like I said, I'm not going to make you watch me do this because, like, I messed up and got paint on the door. And then I got it off the door with another color and then painted it back and did it again. So I'm just going to paint this on my own. You can paint it whatever color you want to. It would be your house. I mean, you don't have to have this house. You can use any house that you can find. I'm sure you can get them at craft stores and stuff like that. This is just what I found. I'm showing you what I did. Okay, so I used the Dollar Tree chalkboard paint because I love the coverage. Antique wax for the roof and the bottom. White. This is DIY chalk paint. You can use any paint, acrylics, chalk paint, whatever. So to cover this anchor up, I'm going to take one of the giant craft sticks. I get these at Walmart. And I'm just going to take my scissors. You have to have a good pair. I love these clippers. I get them at Dollar Tree in the spring. If you don't get them, you're missing out. But anyway, I'm going to sand this down. I had to get it even so it was all up in my face. So I'm going to put it there, and it's going to look like a little window. Okay? Window. Okay? So I'm going to paint it white, and then I am going to take wood glue. Okay? I'm not a fan of hot glue on wood. That's just me. I'd rather use wood glue anytime I can. Sorry, my coffee cup's in that corner. I just noticed it. But it looks better in that rag I got laying there. It looks like I got, you know what, on it. But it's just, I had paint everywhere and stain. So, yeah. So I'm going to take my wood glue. Nope, my Titebond. I'm going to take my Titebond. And I'm going to put Titebond on this. And I'm going to just put it over the anchor and center it up the best I could. And there's my little window. Now I got to be patient and let that dry. So I got these birds at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to use my tool there and scrape the glitter off. And y'all, I'm not going to make you watch me do this because I didn't even use these on this DIY, but I will use them in a different one. So I'm going to clip this off, and then they had red feet, like, I don't even know. So I painted the feet black with that chalkboard paint, and then ended up not even using the feet. I pulled them out and left them out. But anyway, I'm going to scrape all that glitter off this bird. Now be careful you don't tear up your feathers, okay? Okay, so y'all can see my little bird down there with his black feet, and I had to take a red marker and cover up where that glitter was to make it match because it left white on it. So now I'm just taking my white paint and I am putting snow on the roof. It looks like I'm distressing my cabin, but I'm just trying to add a snow effect, okay? And I'll add different stuff later. And this thing, y'all, I'm not kidding. I am in love with this. It is so beautiful. Like, the pictures and stuff does not do this justice, I'm telling you. So I thought, shoot, I'm just going to put snow on it. I'm going to put snow on it. So I'm going heavy in areas on the top and on the bottoms, and then I'm just kind of dragging it down the middle there. See how I'm dragging just a little? And it is so, so, so pretty. I can't even express enough how pretty this is. I love it. So, anywho, I'm going to do this on my roof. And then I'm going to do it on the brown awning on the porch there. And then I'm going to do it around the porch. Now, when I'm doing it on the awning, I'm going to go back in and I'm really going to go heavy in my cracks, okay? Because, when snow falls, it's going to be down in your crack. Not literally. Y'all know what I mean. You see what I'm doing? I'm putting it in my cracks really heavy because that's where it should be. And there I go around my porch, and I'm going to go in my porch like the wind blew that snow in that porch. I can't even hardly deal with myself sometimes. Anyway. So now I'm going to take my Tite Bond glue and some just cheap Epsom salt. You can get this at the Dollar Tree or wherever. And I'm going to put my glue across my roof, and I'm going to spread it down some. Now you can use caulking if you don't want to use Epsom salt and glitter or whatever you want to do. This just was really, really what I had in my brain. See how that is getting in my way? I end up taking my needle nose pliers and I push that down. Maybe my pliers. I don't know what I pushed it down with. And I got that thing out of there. I wasn't going to hang this bird thing up anyway. I'm going to set it on the shelf or whatever. So anyways, I'm just going to put my glue and then I'm going to spread my Epsom salt. Y'all, I had a mess. And I had someone ask me when I posted in my Facebook group about my ladybug vac, what good it did. Oh, honey, it sucked up this Epsom salt like you would not believe. I was so thankful for my ladybug vac. It's a wonder I ain't tore that up. I did have it smoking one time from something I had in it, and it didn't kill it though. It's still going. It's still going. I've only had to change my batteries one time. If you buy good batteries, you don't got to change them all the time. But anywho, let me get past this right here. So I took one of these. Y'all, this was, oh my gosh, ladybug vac. I took 2 of these Dollar Tree, I don't even know what you call it. They're little garland pieces. They're wire pieces. And I twisted them together. And I thought, as big as I don't know what. So I'm trimming this down. If you can find these smaller somewhere, by all means, pick some up when you see them, because this is the pits. This stuff stuck. I've done this before. It sticks to everything. And it's so messy. It's so messy. So I trimmed that up. Look, it's so cute. Now I'm going to mash my wires together because it was bigger on one end where I twisted than it was the other. And more trimming. After I flattened it, I found more that was sticking out. But anyway, that ladybug, when I emptied it, look, it sucks it. Look at, oh, love it. I'm just going to bend this around. I'm not hooking it together. I'm going to bend it in together and put a little dot of glue there to hold it. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to do. And then there's my wreath. Now I'm going to use 2 of these, okay? You have to hold that glue for a minute. But there's my wreath right there. And then I have some pip berries. And I was going to put pip berries around it. But they were so big on this little wreath. Look at me keep trimming. My husband says I'm never satisfied, y'all. Can y'all believe that about me? Bless his heart. Okay, so I got some little ribbon and I made 2 little bows. And then I got these glass beads. Now, I got these at Walmart. You can find them at Hobby Lobby or any craft store, I'm sure. They're just little glass beads. They're not teeny tiny, but they're small enough. And I'm just going to take my pink pokey tool and I'm going to put just the slightest amount of hot glue on there and smush it somewhere. I don't even know where it went. Y'all, I'm about crazy. Yeah. that glue out of that glue gun is hotter than I don't know what. So I'm just going to take my tool and put my little glass beads everywhere, and there are my I was going to say onion rings. Y'all, what am I thinking? I must be hungry. I don't even know. There's my wreaths, and I don't even eat onion rings. Good Lord. But anyways, I got my little beads on there, and they're cute. So I'm gonna, and my bow. I'm gonna put that one up there, and then I'm gonna attach that teeny tiny one I made to the door on that makeshift window there. Now it doesn't take much glue to get these to go down on there. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm in love. I'm telling y'all, I can't tell you enough. So this bird was humongous. I thought, that bird, what kind of bird is on a house like that? A giant bird? So I got these at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to use one of them. Okay. So I'm just going to take this little bird. Oh, scale it down. Scale it down. And I'm going to glue it to the top. Well, where I'm going to glue it, but I decided to put it there. I did scrape some of that, whatever that stuff was I put on there. I'm thinking magnesium now. Oh, Epsom salts. I scraped some Epsom salts off to give him something to stick to. Oh my goodness. Ain't it cute so far? But I can't leave it like that. I had to get that thing out. So I end up with my pliers, and I'll work on that. Okay, so as you see, that left a pretty good size hole. I'm not going to fill it I'm not going to fill it in or anything. I'm just going to put my quick Titebond. Oh, Titebond quick and thick. Y'all, I'm having a bad day. And I'm just going to put it on there and then put some Epsom salt on there. Okay? So, there goes that ladybug back. Look. Oh, I love it. I love this thing. Don't forget to empty it, though, because it's not got a lot of room in it. So, there was that one. I'll show you at the end of the video. So, I have this sign here from the Dollar Tree. And the welcome, if you try to take it off, it is still there because there's wood behind it. So, I'm going to take it off, but I got to put it back down. So, I'm going to take a scraper, and I was going to paint it on it. Is what I was going to do with this chalkboard paint because, like I said, it sticks really well. So if you can do this and take a little brush and paint this, by all means go ahead. But I had to take my heat gun and get this thing off because I was getting paint all over my wood window. So I take and sand it off to make my paint stick a little better. And then I'm going to take this off and paint my welcome black, okay? So I'm going to use this beacon. I get this at Walmart. You can find it at any craft store. I had E6000, but it dried up in my tube. Go figure. So I'm just going to put this on there, and I don't think I used any hot glue. Hot glue with metal does not work, at least for me. I don't know how people do it. Mine will fall apart, and I'm not gonna make something that's gonna fall apart. I'm not dissing anybody else. Maybe you have different glue than me, honey. I don't know. But anyway, this is just me. So I put it down there, and then I'm gonna take some of those pink clips from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna clip it anywhere that I can get a clip in to hold this booger down. Okay, so I went and got something to eat to give that thing time to dry because I'm not patient. And I have this sprig I got from Walmart, and I absolutely love it. It is beautiful. And I'm going to take 2 pieces off with pine cones, okay? And then I'm going to take a piece of the stem, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. And I'm going to poke it in here. And this is how I'm going to attach these two together. That one wasn't long enough. It was too short because you really go down in that one, as you see. So I'm just going to take my fabric tack glue, and I'm going to put it down in this hole, which made no sense because it pulled right back out. But anywho, I put it in there and then put see, I pulled it right out. And I have to shorten it. So I'm just going to work with it until I can get my 2 pieces together and glue them both in. So I had to redo, I pulled all my fabric tack out. So I had to redo the glues there, but I got them together. I got them together and let that sit for a minute. My patient pants is terrible. My camera's crooked. I must have hit it with my fat head. I don't even know. But they're together now. So I'm going to take hot glue. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue there. And then I am going to wrap it around and around and around to give it, something to glue down. Because plastic, I'm afraid it'll just pop right off. So I'm putting the jute on there so that I can have something stable to glue to. That's just my thinking. That's you don't even, might not even have to do that. I don't know. It's just what I did because that's what I think I should do. So when I got the amount that I wanted, I bent them just a little bit because I wanted it to kind of swag down. And then I just took my hot glue and I'm going to glue that to my finger and everything else. But I'm just going to glue that down. I didn't feel secure, so I'm going to staple it. I'm just going to put a couple staples in. We'll cover them up. No biggie. Okay? So now I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, my staple didn't make it. Sorry, y'all got to see this. I'm not even taking it out. Restaple. There you go. Yeah. Put another one in just for good measure. Who knows? Anyways, why I do the things I do sometimes, I have no idea. I really don't. So I take my needle nose and I'm just going to push them down in there. And on the back, they came out. Of course, it's Dollar Tree wood. So I'm going to take and bend my prongs in so that they're not, they don't scratch nobody or anything like that. So once I got that done, then I'm going to take this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Of course, it was on sale. And I'm just going to make a little bow. I'm going to go around and around and around. You just go around till you get this. Okay, it's easy. It's very simple. And then I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to flip it over and hide my little uglies and straighten my bow up here. And then I'm going to scrunch it in the middle. Okay, oh, it looks cute. I love it. I love it. And then I'm going to take my needle and my dental floss. I love dental floss because when you pull it, it sticks to itself and it's so much easier to work with, y'all. It's better than string, and I don't cut myself. If I pull a string like that, I cut myself almost 99% of the time. I don't know why. And I'm not in camera, but I'm just tying a knot in there, okay? Trust me. There, do you see it? Knot. So I have this piece. I'm going to fluff my bow just a little bit. Not that it needs it because when I put it on there, I'm going to smush it. So I want a piece for the middle because, it's just that thing in there. So I'm going to take a piece of ribbon and I'm going to cut it off. And then I am going to take a pipe. That is not a pipe cleaner. You can use a pipe cleaner. A pipe cleaner would probably work better. But I had that zip tie. So I'm going to fold it and I'm going to glue it. And then I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to use that to attach it because it just, I don't feel that glue is going to be all that secure. I don't know why lately, but I'm having a problem with my mind thinking that hot glue actually works with anything. I don't know what my problem is. I really don't. I don't know if it's because I use so many glue guns trying them out. They're all different and some work and some don't. I don't know. But I'm crazy. I'm just crazy. That's all. So I'm going to go around this. Look, that make a beautiful little hair bow. I'm going to go around this and then I'm going to cut it off where I need it. And then I'm going to glue it all together. Now when I glue this, that's fine. I glue that down. And then my middle poked up. So you have to put glue in between your layers right there. See? So I'm going to put glue in there and I'm going to hold that down too. So now I'm just going to use hot glue and the zip tie. And I'm going to put this crooked on here. But I'm not going to zip tie it real tight. Okay? Because if you zip tie it tight, it might be crooked. I'm not going to zip tie it tight just yet. I'm going to glue it down. But I'm going to put it up here where I need it. And then I'm going to put my zip tie on. And this is agonizing watching me do this. So I'm going to put it on there. And then I'm going to zip tie the back. Okay? So now I have a ton of pine cones in my stash, and I'm just going to put some little frosted pine cones in here because when I put my bow on, you really can't see mine, and that just tore my little nerves to pieces. So I just put some more in there. Just I'm gluing it to the, and I am thinking hot glue holds this. I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna glue it to my what is that? I don't know. I want to say palm fronds. Honey, we ain't in Florida. This is pine needle things. Y'all, my brain sometimes. I'm telling y'all. So I'm going to take one of them little birdies and I'm going to put it down at the bottom. Okay? So I'm getting it ready by pulling it has a string in it to hang them up. But I thought, I don't want my bird just sitting down there. So before I do the bird, I'm going to take some of these berries. I got these in a pack at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to twist them together to give them something to poke down in there. And I'm just going to put some red berries around here because it was just a little plain up there except for that bow. So, I mean, it's Christmas. You need your berries, right? So now I'm going to take some moss, and you can buy this at Dollar Tree. I prefer to get mine at Hobby Lobby because you get more bang for your buck. You can get it at Walmart, Michael's, wherever, Joann's. Doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put me a wad down there, and then I'm going to trim it up because that stuff was hanging all out and kind of scary. So I'm just trimming it with my scissors. And then when I get that the way I want it, I'm going to clean up my mess. Of course with my ladybug. Okay, now, I'm all cleaned up there, pretty much. And you don't have just plain moss in the winter. You got to put snow on that stuff. So, I'm just taking this is a stencil brush. I got them at the Dollar Tree. I love using them. And I'm going to get some heavy flocking going on down here. Okay, I want some white snow down here. You know what I'm saying? So I went hot and heavy on it. That looks a lot better. Ain't it cute? Now, I think in the end, I put more snow on my pine cones and my greenery up there. But after I got it dry with a heat gun, I glued my bird down there. Y'all, this is so stinking cute. I love it. This has to be... Oh my gosh, this is almost my favorite. I don't know, the cabin is my favorite. So I got this, and this is one of the 5x7 Dollar Tree canvases I took the canvas off of. You could see where I took it off on the back there. And I have these square dowels I actually got at Walmart a long time ago, and I don't think they have them anymore, but they're 3/16 square dowels, and I can only find a 1/8 and a 1/4 online. But I added them to my Amazon store if you're interested in doing something like this. So they're in there. I recommend the smallest one, which would be 1/8. But you can use just a round dowel rod too. I just didn't like the look of the round one. But anyway, I cut it with my miter shears. And then on the back, I am going to secure this down just so it doesn't move. But I cut it where it fit really, really tight. So then I cut a piece to go in the middle. This one is too small. So I have to use another rod, and I'm going to do the same thing, put it underneath of it, and I'm going to smush it up against it, and then take a very fine pin, and I'm going to go inside and mark my mark, and that's where I'm going to cut it. Now I cut it on the other side of the mark, not the inside, but the outer side. That way I know it's snug. If I have to, I can sand it down a little bit to get it to fit. But I got to make sure this one is in the center. And then I got to put this one in the center. So I'm just eyeballing it, basically, okay? And so I'm going to get this thing straight. And then I'm going to tack it all in again. And then I'll have my little window there. I am going to show you that I did use my Titebond to glue that in, and then I am going to, once it dries, stain it with Waverly stain, Okay, and I am going to put some stain in here, and then I'm going to put water in there, and I'm going to water this down really, really good. I mean, like, I put quite a bit of water in there, and I'm just going to brush it on. You see how runny that is? I'm just going to brush it on, and it soaks right in all this wood, dowels and all. So, look, ain't it beautiful? It comes out so stinking pretty. This Waverly Wax is my favorite way to stain stuff. So I'm just going to go around it with this wet paintbrush. Make sure that if you do this, you get inside, outside, the whole thing. So I took my chippy brush and added my snow with white paint, and then I got this beautiful frosted cypress bush at Walmart. I think it was like $3.98, but it was well worth it. It is like, oh my word, beautiful. So I'm going to take my stapler and I'm going to hot glue just to hold it, okay? And then I'm going to staple this on. This might have held, I don't know. I'm not taking no chances because I'm weird like that. So I give it a little staple. I'll cover it up. So I'm going to add that one there. And then I'm going to grab another one. And I'm going to lay it on top, I think. I don't know. I'm looking. Yeah, I am. I got to cut it off. So I'm going to add a little dab of glue. I want this to look full. It's beautiful. At least when you staple these little frames, it doesn't go all the way through. I'm going to take, that one's curved. I love the curve of it. That's why I picked that one to curve into the window. I don't know. It's beautiful. Look, it's beautiful. So I'm going to staple that one, of course, as well. And I'm going to cover all these staples up. You really can't see them when they're in there. So, it really doesn't matter. And it's frosted, so it kind of blends in anyway. See those little red berries? While I had that up there looking in my face. I grabbed another one, and I'm going to tuck it underneath that one, I think. I don't know. It's so curly and bushy. I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, it was too big. I wanted a little one. I'm going to hide it in there to, cover up that wood. And then I'm going to staple that down because it was sticking up. Look how pretty. So far, so good, right? So now I'm going to take, of course, my frosted pine cones. I love pine cones in the winter or the fall. Frosted ones more in the winter and the plain ones more in the fall. But I'm just going to randomly glue these down there. I think I did 3. I think I did 3 because I usually do groups of 3 because 4 is weird looking. I think I put it on there and then said, bleh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. So I do add some down in the greenery a little bit later. See? Yeah, I'm going to tuck some in there. I didn't know when I did it, but I knew I did it. I can't remember what I do from one minute to the next sometimes. But I'm just going to glue these in there. I don't want them bunched up on top of each other. I just want them, kind of in the greenery a little bit. Y'all, this is so beautiful. These are some of my favorite DIYs that I've done in a long time. Like, these are just gorgeous. I seen this window on Pinterest, but it was like a full-size window, or they used picture frames to make a big old window, but I didn't really want just a big old window. So I made my own little window, scaled it down, and I'm just adding sprigs of greenery to fill this in a little bit because it was kind of sparse. Then I'm going to take these, I'm determined to use these pitberry picks somewhere. So I'm going to take these pitberry picks and I'm just going to cut them down, twirl them around a little bit, and stick them in there. See how whimsical and just beautiful that is? I love my pitberries, y'all. Love them, love them. So I'm just going to stick random pitberries down in there. Wherever I feel froggy, I'm going to stick them, okay? So now I'm going to add these rusted jingle bells, and I'm just putting fabric tack on them because, me and hot glue don't really, go well together with metal, but I did use a little to stick it. And then I put another one in, and the other one was rusted, but it sure don't look rusty on here. And then I'm going to take a string, And I'm going to run it around my dowel. And then I'm going to tie it. Okay? But I'm going to use this bird. So I'm going to put this bird right there. And I'm going to leave the glitter on this one because it's cute and it looks good. So then I'm going to glue my little bird right down there. I'm going to dole down that glitter just a little bit, but I'm not going to scrape it off because it's not that big of a deal. And then I'm going to tie my hanger. Oh, wait. I forgot. I'm going to get... Nope, not greenery. Nope, didn't like greenery. I'm going to get some moss, y'all. I betcha. Yep, I'm going to get my moss. Y'all, I forgot. And I'm going to put a little bit of moss down here. Not that much. It looked like I had a bird nest down there. But I'm going to take some of this off and I'm going to glue some moss down under this bird. And y'all sound a little bit nasally and scruffy, but our weather's changing again and it's got cold. And of course, I have to come down sick when anything flip-flops, you know. So I do apologize for that, for my, maybe it's called raspiness or some call it growling. I don't know what I'm doing, but it sounds terrible, I know. But I'm sorry, y'all have to just forgive me, please. So I'm going to put it down there and I'm going to trim it off. I don't like this stuff just scraggling out everywhere. I want it to look a little bit neat, you know. So there you go. Now I'm going to tie it. And I'm done. No, I'm not done. I put glue on the back of there to hold my bird down. Okay, look. I remember now, this was heavy from that string. Y'all, it was heavy from the string. So I'm going to put this on there. I lost my screwdriver. So I'm going to just put my screws in. Now, you want the screw one. I can't hammer them ones in very well. So I'm going to screw this down. And I did cock it over to the side a little bit to where that greenery was heavy, y'all. And so when I hung it up, it was going crooked. But a little sawtooth hanger makes it where you can adjust it on your nail or whatever you hang it up with. And look how gorgeous. I am in love with my cabin and my window. Well, they're all bird windows. Never mind. I love it all. I just love it all. Y'all, these does not do it justice with the glitter. You can't see the glitter I see. They're just gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. And I know it. These were so well worth the time. I know this took a while, but it is so worth it. There you see a little bit of glitter. Look, I'm trying to zoom in. Bleh, I'm terrible at this. But anyway, if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. I know some of you are going to leave me a thumbs down. That's okay too. But until next time, remember, you are a blessing. Goodbye.